Hello, Glenda Mollett here, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you again. We're going to make this wreath, poinsettia wreath card for my In Color Club for September 2020. I'm just going to refresh so I can see if I'm oriented properly, and then we'll get busy and I'll show you how to create this card. I wasn't going to get, yep, good to go. All right. I wasn't going to get the Wreath Builder dies, but I love them and I'm using them quite a bit. So the kit we're going to use, along with your envelope, is a thick Whisper White card base that is 8.5 by 5.5. Oops, wait, I left a piece in there. And then we have a piece of Whisper White that's 5.25 by 4 for the inside. A piece of cinnamon cider that's 5.25 by 4. Piece of Whisper White that's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Some real red. Now I've already done some of the cutting. So our piece of real red, 2 pieces of real red, 1 3/4 by 4 1/4. And that's to die cut. Need 6 of these flowers. So I've already done 5 just to save time. So we have those. And I have a piece to die cut another one. And then some Just Jade, 3.5 by 3.5 to die cut the leaves out of. A piece of Shaded Spruce, also 3.5 by 3.5 for the leaves. A piece of bronzed brushed foil, 3.5 by 3 3/4. So it's just a tiny bit wider than it is long, as long as I've cut it right. If not, oh well, we're in trouble. And then a piece of, let me count these again. Maybe I cut all of them. 1, 2, 4. Yeah, okay. So I cut all of them already. So this piece of real red is to do the bow out of, and it is 1 1/4 by 2. Then a piece of rainbow glimmer paper. That was 1/2 by 1.5, and we're going to die cut some circles and put them in behind for the flower centers to poke through. So I still have one of those to die cut. Okay, and we're going to use red rhinestones. Get those out. The Wreath Builder dies. And the Poinsettia Petals stamp set. We're going to use the Merry Christmas from that. And the brick and mortar embossing folder to do the background. And then on the inside, I've stamped some holly from Joyful Holly. Alrighty, let's go and see what I've created and what I've cut wrong. I'm sure we'll find something. Okay, so let's put all of these flowers in my centers. And the first thing I'm going to do is get my 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 inch piece of Whisper White out and run it through Maxi with the brick and mortar embossing folder. So I just have to flip the machine over to embossing. Doesn't take too long at all. And run it through. We've discovered something really cool about this new machine. It's actually wider on the inside mechanism than the old machine was, which means for these great big, the big embossing folders, we don't have to worry about making running it down the side of the machine and scarring up the edges, which I think is fabulous. Okay, so this is going to go onto the cinnamon cider piece. Just get my adhesive on here. And that will go right onto the cinnamon cider. Like that. And now this is going to go onto the card base, sorry. Okay, so here's my card base. And we'll just, that just goes flat onto there. I love this card. This is cool. This one is a GMO, Glenda Mullet original. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Uh-oh. I didn't put on there or include in the kit the Whisper White for the sentiment. So I'm going to have to cut that. And my apologies to the long distance ladies. I hope you have a scrap of white at home. Okay, so get out the magnetic platform and we'll do some die cutting. Get the Wreath Builder dies out here. And we need this one for this one, and then we need this one for that one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Man, I hope I cut you the ones... Oh no, I die cut them, so I know that they're right. So I have to go and find that paper. Let me just check. See if I cut this one right. Nope, I cut that one wrong too. Oh dear. Okay. So let's get the paper out. Just get out the bronze. Find it again. Okay. So I just have to cut out 3.5 by 3 3/4. And because this die is a little bit wider than the other one, so you kind of have to play with it to get it on there. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we'll run that through Maxi. Go nice and slow so it has time to cut. And I did not put adhesive on the back of these because I don't want them to lay down flat. I want them to have some life. Okay, so we're done with that one. This one, this die, we have another cut that we have to do. So I'm just going to pop this wreath out of the die. There we go. And then bring in the shaded spruce, as we have to die cut that from shaded spruce. And at the same time, I'm going to die cut the bow. Just get my bow die here. And put that on there like that. Alright. So it's a good thing I did some die cutting before I mailed those parcels. The only thing I didn't do is the cardstock for the sentiment, and my apologies. So for the sentiment you need 3.5 by 3/4. Oh no you don't. let me measure this. Yes, 3.5 by 3/4. All right. So there's the bow. And there's 1 and 2 wreaths. And we'll pop this one out of here. This paper is a little bit thicker than cardstocks. It just takes a bit of it cuts through. It just needs persuasion to come out. It's so pretty. And I love it done out of this brushed metallic stuff. So you get 3 colors in the same package. You get bronze, gold, and copper. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to, while I'm finishing my die cuts and stuff, it's going to get some Tombow on the back of these so I can put them off to the side and let them dry a bit. Okay, come on. Thank you. It's not cooperating. There's one, and I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to put it way off to the side so I don't get my fingers in it. And now we'll do the same thing to the shaded spruce one. And that one over there, and this is the metal one. Just a couple of dots of Tombow on here, just so that it stays down where I put it. There we go. That's not a good thing. Get rid of that or we'll end up with our card stuck to it. In behind the holes for the flower centers. Oops, brought the die, left the die cut behind. There we are. Put that die away. I'm afraid that one's going to get lost. Okay, so now I'm going to make sure all the holes are punched out of these flowers. Come on. And one more. When you die cut with this, you have to make sure that the holes, the little pieces come out of the holes in the die, or you can't get those centers cut properly. Oh yeah. Come on. Okay. Now, turn them, 3 of them over. And we're going to add some Tombow. Because we're going to layer these one on top of each other. There we are. Now, I need to take these right in the center of each of these so that the yellow shows through the holes. Let that dry a little bit. So when you turn this over, see, it's got the yellow in the holes there. And then those are just going to layer on top of the other ones. Now, I'm going to get my silicone mat to do these on because the glue will come through the holes. And I don't want to get glue all over my paper. So we're just going to offset those a bit and put them one on top of the other. And the last one. I don't know whether I've had these in frame or not. That was kind of silly of me, wasn't it? There we are. Just let those dry. Okay. Now, I need that sentiment piece. Oh look, 3.5. So I got the right length. I just have to cut this down to 3/4 of an inch. And then we can stamp it. Oh, it's crooked. Oh no, it's crooked. I hate it when it does that. I think it's still crooked. Oh well. Okay, so now I need Memento and the Merry Christmas. I love the font in this sentiment. It's so pretty. And just in there, like that. All right, so now while those wreaths and things are drying, let's put this up here. I'm going to get my dirty paper out, and we're going to stamp the inside in the envelope. All right, so this is the inside, and I'm going to stamp it with Just Jade ink. And we're just going to put a few, one up and one down, and then the envelope, one up and one down. Here we are. And I'm going to close my ink. So on the inside, I colored the berries, and if I did them in a circular motion and then left the centers so that it gives it a little bit of a highlight in there. So all I'm going to do is just go around like that, and remember that it continues to flow. The ink continues to move after you stop. So if you have a really big hole in it, it doesn't matter. It will close. And then if it's still too big, go back and close it in a bit. but let the ink flow first. Okay, see this one's a little on the big side, and it's going to close that up a bit. There we go. And that's it. Now this stamp set also comes with the pieces that you can fill it in if you want. But I didn't do that. I kind of like this being, and I didn't even go around the outside with a marker because this one just seemed to need white on white. So I'll just put it on the inside of the card while I've got it here. Might as well. Oops. All right, card base. Put this inside here. There we are. Okay, time to put our wreath together. I'm going to start with the shaded spruce, and it's going to go more to the right because we're going to put the flowers over there. And it has to go up far enough that we can put the sentiment on here. So there we go. Start with that one, and then I'm going to put the brushed metal one on top of it, like that. And then the very last one is the just jade. And you want to offset that a bit so that it's not, the leaves are in different spots. So just play with it a bit till you get it the way you like it. There we are. Now, these, let me check. Yeah, they're just flat. I didn't raise them. So you can use Tombow, or you can use glue dots, or you can use just a bit of adhesive on them. So put one here. I'm not pushing them down yet. I'm going to lay them out, and then I'm going to push so that I can move them if I want. That, and that, and that. There. That's where I want it. And now I'll push it down. There. Now, I need to put some adhesive on the bow. See if I can get some on there. I probably should use a glue dot. There we go, and we'll put the bow down here. So that we can pop this up. Oh, I forgot that it overlaps at the edge a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can pull the last two up and move them over, because I like it hanging over there. And if you put your dimensionals right on the edge, it'll pull it down, and I don't want it pulled down. There we go. Okay, that's where it's going. Probably didn't need this many down here at this end, but they're there now. And we'll put this on here, over to the side. Let's see, make sure it's straight before I push it down. There we go. Now, where's my red rhinestones? Here they are. And the pokey tool. And now I'm going to put some red rhinestones all the way around the wreath. Just like that. Alright, so I have 4, I need one more. See if I can get one in here. Where should it go? Yeah, it can go right there. There we are. Okay, red rhinestones. So there's the front. And there's the inside. And there's the envelope. That didn't take too long. Isn't that a pretty card? And although it's got a lot of die cuts, it's not hard to assemble, so you could make a few of these. There we go. That's the one of the cards for my September in Color Club. I hope you enjoyed watching me, and I hope you enjoy making the card. It is very pretty, and it's got a lot of bling with all the different blingy parts. I just realized that this sentiment is crooked. Oh well, letting it go. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I appreciate you being in my In Color Club. Stampin' Smiles, and bye for now.